Well, hello and welcome to part 2 of the JAFRA Action Planning Workshop for Leaders and Future Leaders. I want to thank you for joining us again. It's Jackie Geisinger, Business Development Coach. And I got to tell you, all my lovely gold is just falling off my hat because I'm just so excited. I can't handle it. So let's keep wrapping around. How do we do this? I wanted to bring you today 2 special leaders. So we have a purpose. And the purpose of our training today is twofold. We're going to first start with Sylvia Amores-Pine, a fabulous district builder out in the beautiful state of California. And I really invited Sylvia today to share with us a little bit about how she creates team spirit in her district, in her branch. I know her leaders, Michelle and Betty, are just always involved in everything. They have a great team spirit. I see events that happen in their community. I've been out there a couple of times and coming again to the 3rd time in San Diego next month. And there's just this wonderful camaraderie. And so I wanted her to give some systems that is causing success this year for her and her team, because in this busy season, you want to make sure you utilize what JAFRA has and create systems. If you don't have systems to meet with your team, to take time to recognize, communicate, coach, and train them, then all of a sudden the days become busy and we're just doing busy stuff, not business developing stuff, business developing things or activities. So that's what our speaker, Becky Launder, talked about, is active selling, not passive. Well, there's active leadership, not passive, and that's being with people, bottom line. So she's going to come to us, and right after that, we're going to go to your #1 leader development in the United States since the 1970s. Not kidding. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010. We're talking over 50 years of being the #1 district builder in JAFRA USA, your very own ambassador, Vickie Hacking. So without further ado, let's go find them. So we're going to kick this off with Sylvia Amores-Pine. Welcome, Miss Sylvia. Congratulations on being the rock star that you are. So I want to say congratulations and thank you for joining us today. So
thank you, Jackie. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. All right, beautiful Sylvia. Here we go. So I want to know just a little bit about the success. So let me just share, we're going to share some systems today. Let's start first, Sylvia, with your training system. And we're going to do first your district, okay? You've got 2 leaders right now, and I know the goal is to keep growing. Tell us how often do you meet with your leaders and what do you do together, please?
I started doing this because I felt that we had to get to know each other better as leaders in the region and also as leaders in the district. So I established, and of course, with their cooperation, Michelle and Betty, that you all know well, we meet every Monday for the to plan our meetings, to plan our district activities during the week or the month, always supporting your Zooms and JAFRA Zooms. By doing that, I feel that we have gotten closer, got to know each other much better, and we each contribute in different ways to the district in a way that we can offer to our consultants more closer and more open information to them. Michelle is great with the computer and all that. I'm not that great, but I try my best. And Betty also contributes with knowledge and information. She's always up to date with products and all that. So we work together and we pass that information to our consultants. And we always feel it's our district, it's not my district, it's our district. And all the consultants appreciate and love. We have this weekly meeting, and we planned also our area district meeting, which we have the first Saturday of every month. And actually we started that with conference calls before Zoom was more available to all of us. And we started with conference calls. In fact, that's how Betty got in a way reactivated through email that I sent to all the consultants, because I saw my report and I said, how am I going to get in contact with all these people? And I was working at that time a full-time job, and I just decided, okay, let's do the conference calls. So I sent an email to all of the consultants, and of course, Betty responded. And from then on, we had conference calls every first Saturday of the month. And then when Zoom was available, we moved to Zoom. And of course, that had made quite a difference. In the district area meeting, which is what we do all the recognition to our branches and our consultants. We do the sales, highest sales, and of course we go into the different levels of sales, the ones that are on top. We have the each manager does the recognition for their own branch and the total sales, and of course we also pick the top consultants in the district in sales, and that makes quite a difference for them to feel the achievement that they have in the district, not necessarily, and of course each branch chooses their own, top 3. But in the district, that's that we have done, and they appreciate that. We recognize VIPs, we recognize Green by 19, and as I said, we have the levels 1,000, 600, 500, level to 400, 300, where is the consistency of the ones they do 300 every month in each branch, and we have them. Michelle does a wonderful job with the PDF slides, and we have them and we put them up to date every month. And we meet again, Betty and Michelle, we meet to put all this information together.
Excellent. So let me just re-edify what we said. Number 1, they do a weekly leader gathering. That is Betty and Michelle and Sylvia. This comes right from Becky Launder, building relationships. They know each other personally because they're together every week, but then they also are planning and putting together the training and what they're doing for their team, plus their recognition. So they have a monthly meeting for all branches. All 3 leaders host a district meeting the first Saturday of the month. It's one team, one dream. They're recognizing the new consultants. They welcome them. They do sales at different levels. They're top consultants. They have VIPs. They recognize sponsoring. Green by 19, and I think you said early bird. I interviewed her, so if she missed something, I'm just adding to it. Okay, so don't worry. If you didn't hear it, you're like, okay. So just so you know. So they do that. It's about 90 minutes, and they're presenting training and recognition and working with, again, their consultants. Now, I'm looking at Betty. Sylvia, you also have another meeting, the third Monday of the month for all of the consultants in the district. Tell us what that's for.
The third Monday of every month, we have the training. And of course, we go over either the brochure and which we also do actually, and the going back to the district area meeting, we go over the action, and even if they don't have it, Michelle puts them in the slides, and we go over that to see what's the first of the month, what's available in the brochure. On the third Monday, what we do is we do more training. And now we're inviting a consultant to join us and do part of the training, because I feel that makes them involved into the training, except besides Michelle, Betty, and I doing it all the time. But we have, and this is something we just tried it last month, and it worked out very well. We had Marlene Comstock, who's just in Betty's branch, and she did a terrific presentation about the neck cream. And she had comparisons, pictures, and all that. And the ones attending really appreciate that. So I feel that by getting a consultant that's accelerating and she's doing the business to be involved in the training is very important. And we're going to continue doing that. You know, this month we'll be calling on someone or volunteering someone to do it. And that's what the training, and that's about an hour with questions and answers at the end.
Excellent. So 2 meetings for sure for all of the consultants and leaders. Excellent, on Zoom. Okay, so first Saturday, third Monday. Leaders meet every Monday. Now, you also started something for Q4. You noticed as a district that there was a little gap in having consistency in team growing or sponsoring. So you wanted a place to invite people. So tell us the next thing that the 3 of you are working together on and offering to everyone this quarter.
Because of the sponsoring has been slow in our district overall, we decided to take turns in doing Monday, Monday, even though it's not going to be on Monday, but we're picking sometimes in the daytime and some in the evening, and we're taking turns. Instead of the 3 of us being involved at one time, we're taking turns between Michelle, Betty, and I to do the dates that we picked up the dates that we wanted. And some are going to be in the morning and some are going to be in the afternoon at 5 o'clock California time. So that we're doing this because we feel that it's important for the consultants and for ourselves to have a place to bring the opportunity information to them, and they feel comfortable because it's from Jafra, and it's going to take only 35 minutes, the presentation of the video of the Money Monday, and I think is very effective, very, very well put together. We can't ask for anything better than that. And I think it's a way of utilizing Jafra tools that we have. And then we'll have questions and answers with the consultants, and also for consultants to be aware what is there for them also.
Excellent. So again, they're doing that 3 different weeks. They each take a week, so they're not all on the same meetings all the time and doing the same thing. And they're taking the recording on my YouTube. You can go to Jackie Geisinger YouTube. There's 3, 4 of them, pick one. They just use that, they show it, and they answer Q&A for those after they watch it. So it's a place to invite people to see all that Jafra has on the table for opportunities. Excellent. Okay, let me close with this. So you can see the system that they have from weekly to monthly. I know she went through the recognition. They make recognition a big deal. And one of them is really good at that. And they all take their skills and talents and conquer and divide. I love that as well. And I do know that they all do their own recognition, meaning they have gifts that they send, and they all send those out as the branch manager. Okay. So it might be a we district, but it's not Sylvia doing it for Michelle or Betty. That's their team. The gifts come from their leader, so on and so forth. So great. There's recognition and training. And I want to end with this: communication. So how else do you stay in communication with your team or district, Sylvia?
I really believe in the email system. So when I put an email together, like before the first of the month or meeting, I put one together and I email to Michelle and Betty, and they can forward it to their consultants to remember about the training that we're going to be having the first of the month, the first of Saturday. And I personally, for my branch, I've been doing a lot of email, and I feel that I have been, I will say, successful in that because I get response from the consultants. And also they come back with me and say, oh, thank you for letting me know, or thank you for, oh, I didn't know what I need to do to reactivate, things like that. And Michelle and Betty, I think I forward them the emails that I sent to my consultants so they can utilize if they want it, or edit it if they want it, whatever, but I feel the email. We also have a WhatsApp group in our district, and that's a place where we put different share information, like what Jackie does, or we put our own information, and we have more consultants being involved in that one. They're sharing their information, what they're doing and how they're doing, birthdays and things like that, and it's open for all the consultants. We enroll them in the WhatsApp. And also I have Facebook with my branch, and Betty and Michelle, they also have it. And I think they also have Instagram and Messenger. And of course, Michelle and Betty, we keep in touch practically every single day with messages going back and forward for something that happened, or you heard about it, or, don't forget about this. And we're reminding each other of things. So we have built quite a good communication between the three of us, and also, with the rest of the consultants in our district. And I wanted to just add one more thing, Jackie. Since in San Diego, there's other branches from other managers, we have always opened our district meetings, especially when I have had meetings here at my house, to the other leaders like Judy Hershon, Dinah Daly, and they have joined us, in our things here that we have. So it's not, we have it open for the consultants, even though they're not part of our district.
So I love that. And if there's one way I can summarize this as we are closing, is they are a we. So my favorite piece of something I heard from Sylvia, and I hear it all the time. First of all, as goes the leader, as goes the team. Sylvia attends everything, as does Betty, as does Michelle. They're always the first to be there. They're always the first to volunteer. So leadership is always on. So this is a quarter, ladies and leaders and men, to really look at stepping up leadership, being the best version of you. Show up, be there. But this team system is so incredible because they believe they have 3 leaders in this district, not 1. They look at Betty, Michelle, and Sylvia as their leaders. And it's a we team, because teamwork makes every dream work. They conquer, divide, they plan, they delegate, and they involve people. So I want to say a great big happy wishes to this amazing district, to growing lots of new managers. Imagine when there's 6 of them, right? All coming together every week. And that's what Dream Factory is, inviting people to join this incredible team. And if your title is manager, don't be manager. Go find a couple of leaders like a Betty and a Michelle. Sylvia, can you imagine being all by yourself? Right? Right? Oh my gosh, that's the loneliest job in Jaffra Cosmetics, is the title manager. Go out and invite people. Say, I want you on my team. Come join the Dream Factory. We'll figure out where and how to do it, but you're doing it. Let's get together every week. Sylvia, and I know Betty and Michelle are out there, thank you for being a role model of great systems, because it's relationships and actions taken together. Thank you so much, and much continued success. Yay!
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So again, I challenge all of you to help others make their dream happen. Don't look for managers, look for dreamers, ready to work and willing to go and grow with you, like Sylvia does with her team. Set up systems. If no one is there, it's okay. Set it up and keep having a place to invite people. If you are a leader and you don't have a district, an upline or a downline to work with, let me tell you, you have a WhatsApp chat with 200 people in it. Say, I'm ready. I want to build my own team. Who wants to do it with me? Let's get together. I know Evelyn and Gail work together. Other people are partnered up. Get some partners, man. Woohoo, the rodeo is on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get lassoing in those dreams. So don't hesitate because you don't have something. Okay. So I challenge you to do that. Now I want to bring you to number 2. All right. I'm going to share my screen for a reason. She doesn't really need an introduction. She has been making a 6-figure income since the 1970s because she did something that I've yet to see someone else do. She is the keeper of this and continues. During her retirement, she'll be 80 soon. Oh my gosh. She had a beautiful celebration with her family. Vickie Hacking was a business coach, but a money financial coach to everyone she sat with. Whether it was a party, she met you and you were looking at the business or you weren't. She invited every person to take a look at how this business could turn into banks of money. They got to choose their commissions, whether they wanted to be a consultant and make no additional residual income like a bank institution does, or they wanted to start as a leader with today's 11%, or they wanted to help people have more commission and be a leader of leaders at 17%. I will tell you, I'm a person who I was grateful in my time in this business about, I don't know, I was probably in my early 30s. And I started interviewing all the top producers like Gabby Gutierrez, Vickie Hacking. And I said, I want to be you, tell me what to do. I didn't have that teaching because I finally saw the comp plan and said, what is this? And so I interviewed, and Vickie and I met every Tuesday for coffee. And I taught her and she taught me. I didn't think I had anything to teach someone as big as her. She was making 6 figures and I was lucky to be making 10 grand at the time. But you know what? It only took me a short time to create the systems and habits of realizing the income isn't in sales. Products are just the vehicle to finding people, because the more people, the more residual income. And here is Vickie working a few hours a day while she hikes, bikes, travels, and enjoys her family and friends. She has the residual income that this business was built for. I want to share a picture of Vickie before she shares with us. She has at level 1, which is her direct promotions, 20 leaders, 20. At level 2, so they promoted people, she has 15. Then that level 2, they promoted people, that's grandchildren and great-grandchildren, she has 15. At level 4, she has 30. At level 5, she has 41. At level 6, she has 29 managers and above. At level 7, she has 17. At level 8, she has 9. At level 10, she has 2. So 178 total leaders in her district. Our region exists with 259. Now she has some in the Hispanic region. She has 174 active consultants in her central branch. So I'm going to tell you, she hasn't been doing parties and clients and personals for years, but she still brings the largest income to Jaffra in the whole Jaffra industry, her income. So she is the only ambassador. And I know there's 20 people who would like to have a laptop under their tree, which would bring them 11%. Don't complicate it. You just invite, like our famous Vickie Hacking, to decide what bank they want to be at. So I want to bring to you today, Miss Vickie Hacking, your ambassador. Welcome, Vickie.
Jackie, thank you. Wow, I've never done that breakdown. That was
I knew you didn't. I wanted to surprise you today.
I've never done that breakdown. I've been thinking about this. Jackie asked me, and you all know my bank story. I don't need to tell that again. Jackie, thank you for going over it because it's a great story. And it's been my passion, but I've just been thinking about all of you lately. And I think Jackie and I had a talk the other day. And I'm thinking now, why do we not have all these branches and all this sponsoring going on? And now, maybe I'm judging wrong, and forgive me if I am, but I think it's and I told Jackie this, we have 50%. That's what you make when you sell the products. And I think what gets in the way is when you see a client or you meet someone, you have dollar signs go off. You can't help it. 50%. I'm going to make half of whatever I sell right now. And I think I know you won't like this, but I think if Jaffra were like many of the other direct sales companies and they only gave you 30 or 40, you probably wouldn't have this problem going on in your head, because it does. It gets in the way. When I think about my past, okay, when I think about, because you know that, Jackie, thank you for saying that. I just take care of my teams. I'm not selling. I've given all my clients away. I don't even like the thought of having to deliver and package and take or whatever. But of course, now I know Jaffra is doing it for us. So that's out of the way. I can now sell and have them go to my website. So that's a plus. But I think what gets in the way is you all want the instant money. And I don't know how to stop that, but I can tell you one thing that I did. every person I never thought buy from me. It was always, and Jackie said this the other week, it was a really great light going off. What do you want to do? This is the sale price. No, excuse me. This is the retail price. You see that in the catalog, okay? This is the retail price. This is the price that Jaffra's going to give you. This is the sale price. I love this, Jackie. It's so brilliant. And then you say, this is, what did we say it was? This is the wholesale price. Did we say that, Jackie? Was it wholesale?
This is the consultant price. There's
Consultant
retail,
price. Thank you.
sale, and consultant.
You guys, that is so brilliant. So whoever you're talking to on Zoom, whoever you're talking, give them the 3 options. I really think, Jackie, that's the key. Now there'll be many, because I have seen them, that will say, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that. I'll just buy. I don't want to get involved. I know that you get that a lot. But if you don't give everybody those 3 options, then you probably are not going to ever build or go farther in this company. So I think that's key, those 3 options and selling it. So right now, to me, the world, I mean, the US, I wish Jaffra was all over the world, but who knows what's coming. But let me just say this, right now you've got the whole United States. There is nothing to stand in your way. Okay, one other thing that I think I did that none of my sister leaders did, and I think Helen can attest for this, is I love technology. I was on that little Apple computer when they first came out. I mean, wow, just little Apple computer, and I had all my clients on there and everything, and I was using the computer and technology. I wasn't afraid of it. And today, oh, what would I do without it? Oh my gosh, what would I do without it? Now, I'm willing to learn. And I talked to a lady the other day, Jackie, that she used to be a leader in Jaffra, and she was going to come back, and she basically was stuck. She didn't want to use the computer. She didn't want to use the phone. She didn't want to do this. She didn't want to do that. So I basically told her, I said, I don't think, Rita, that this company is for you. And I said, and she thought the prices were, she was clear back in the 1970s, and she thought, who was going to pay $70 for a cream? That's what she said to me. Who? And I said, well, you're not going to pay 70. I don't care who's going to pay 35. So I think what happens is, with a lot of us that are more mature, we are stuck. We are stuck in the fact that we don't want to use technology or learn it. And you know me, my favorite thing is, if you don't know how to do it, go to YouTube. They'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know about how to do anything in technology. Okay, so Jackie, that's it in a nutshell. Sylvia covered it all. I mean, gosh, her presentation was awesome. And how she just told you all the things she's doing. You guys know you're always invited to my Saturday meetings. And meetings are important. My whole thing is, I love my team. I love my team. And there are some of them, hey, listen, I got to do their newsletters for them. There's some of them, I got to do it all for them, because they just happen to have, I could say somebody's name, but I won't, Jackie. But somebody that was in them for a long time ago. And she I don't even know if she calls her people, but she's got a great team underneath her, because she did it years ago and they stuck. So she's got these people, she does the minimums every month. And I think to myself, I have to step in. So I step in for some of my people, but most of my team, they're wonderful. I love my team.
So Vickie, let me come back to sponsoring. Okay. So when I think back to what I learned from you, you were doing the 918 teletraining hotline. You had training constantly. You had places to gather people to learn. And you're still doing it today.
Oh, I love the telephone.
You taught fast parties because you knew parties was the answer. Mm-hmm. And seeing people and getting products on people. You were doing facials to parties to whatever it be, right? And as you served your customers, you always invited them at close to look at those 3 prices. Here's Jaffra's regular retail. Here's this month's sale price. We'll just go to today. And here is again, consultant. And then when they're a consultant, you taught them the 3 banks. Do you want to make 0%, 11%, or 17%? So you were very candid to help people see
Oh,
the
Jackie,
opportunity.
one more thing. At the close, no matter what it was, I showed them, and of course, I think the family set is amazing, $4.44 each. So I always showed them a picture. You know, you're eligible to get this, and this is the price you're going to be paying per item. That was a hot thing. Do all of you remember when that's all we talked about were those packs? And everybody
Yes.
that we saw, we said, here's the pack, here's the price per item. That, who can resist that? So
yes. So
give
she's
them a
talking about
chance,
the new
bring 'em in.
consultant packs, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I love
we
that.
used to
So
do that all the time at the finish of the sale. It was like, here comes the brochure. It's all laminated and ready to go. Bang.
the key was, Vickie, you saw people and you invited people, but you didn't invite them just to join. You showed them the potential. Do you have any idea how many directors you've raised in your time, developed?
Well, no, but at the big hundreds, because at the beginning, I don't want to talk about it, but Jafra took a lot of them and made them regionals. But
Yeah, I mean, the company went through a lot, but the
they
truth
did.
is,
They
look
made
at
a
the
mistake,
lives
but-
that you've impacted.
But
And
yeah,
that's that difference, right?
Yeah.
So Vickie, let me take us back to our audience really quick, okay? So let me take our spotlights off here. And I just want to invite, do you have any questions at all that you want to ask the queen of leader development and residual income in Jafra Cosmetics? Mary Martin, thank you. Vickie, I hope you're okay with this. Go ahead, Mary.
Queen Bee, the old Queen Bee.
Thank you, Mary. Go for it.
Okay, Queen Bee. Vickie, I wanted to ask you, how long did it take you in your career to make it to ambassador? I don't know that.
Well, I
Yeah.
was making 100,000 a year in the first 10 years. So
Wow.
we didn't have an
In the
ambassador.
70s.
Yeah. And so I was first. I don't think anybody was making over 100,000. Even Lupe, she wasn't there yet. So I was the first. And nobody talked about it. I'll tell you that. Nobody talked about it. But it doesn't matter. Jafra was focusing on other things. But I'm just going to say that the ambassador title came about. And it took me, after they announced the ambassador title, it took me a year. I was almost there. So, you know, they just had to put the title in place. And then you had to have the 15 directs. But so, you know, Mary, that's the answer.
That's because titles change. We changed our comp
Yeah, we
plans
changed our titles
several
all the
times
time.
in Vickie's career,
Yeah.
but
I always had a pretty top title.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
Kudos to
I was
you.
always making the most. I was always making the most money.
Kudos to you.
I know, right? Thank you, Mary. Vickie, we have Tucky has a question out there. She wants to know how many hours a day. What's her question out there, you guys? How many hours a day does she work Jafra now? Is that what the question is?
How many hours a week?
How many hours a week
Oh,
do you
that's-
put into your, she's asking how many hours a week of work a week do you put into your team?
Right.
Oh, at least 10, 15. You know, and a lot of it's chit chat, right, Daryl? We want to count all the friendly calls, Evelyn.
Yeah.
It's just friend to friend. Evelyn will tell you, I'm not a real good, you know, driver of the business, you know, like some of you are. Really, you know.
But
I'm
Vickie, let me
80.
take you back to this question. When you think of when you were building your career, okay?
Mhm.
So from the time you started, you became top level director, started making that 6-figure income. Typically in norm, if that is someone today and they're going back in time when you were building, remember she's in retirement. She's going to be 80. She's only working a couple hours a day, you guys, but that's because her residual income has paid since the 70s because she
Right.
keeps her team in systems like Sylvia, right? So the difference is you build that system like Sylvia has, starting with 2, and look at it can go to 179. So here's that key. But let's go to when you were building, typically as a mom, as a wife, doing the business as your career. what did you see typically you worked per week as you were growing to the top?
Oh, I would say definitely I put in 5, 6, 7 hours a day. I don't know. You can't really
Right.
say. In those days, I did it all, but I did the bulletin and the newsletters and a lot of things that we don't have to do today. Like
Right.
we did then. It's hard.
And you have technology, right?
You have technology. Can you
Right.
imagine me being able to go on a Zoom meeting in those days?
Oh,
I can't even tell you, if I had the tools, I would be 5 times what I am today, maybe 10,
right,
but I didn't have the tools.
right.
Everything was get in the car or get on a plane and go. And,
So-
we
Right.
don't do that today. Oh my gosh, we don't do that today. And
So
then
if
I
we-
also want them
go
to
ahead.
know, Jackie, that downline goes up. So just think about it. When somebody goes out, that goes up. So because I built deep, it's wonderful. When she named all those people down there, well, it's kind of like when a branch goes, then the people come back to me.
And she's not working with 179 people. She works mainly with her first line, maybe her second line. So ladies, she's really developing or working with 20, 25 people at most. They all work with their team. That's what residual income going up is. She built down because she showed them the banks and they chose to work where they wanted, earn what they deserve. And that's what residual income for the last 50 years has been about. So
But Jackie, I also think that what gets in the way to all of you out there, and I can't say that I don't blame you, but what gets in the way is that you make dang good money when you sell the products, Jackie. I mean, you got that thing going on here. Do I give them the company say join the company, or do I make the $300 or $400 from this $800 order? I mean, it just gets in the way, and I can see
here's
it.
the answer. We sell product to find our sponsors.
Right.
A client, 1 in basically every 5 clients join this business. Okay. When invited. You also have your clients. The reason you sell, yes, to make your weekly paycheck, but your monthly commissions cannot be 10 grand selling, period. It's not even possible. Okay. Vickie's retired making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. She has a Mercedes Benz or $600 a month in a car bonus, right? She is gifting her business to her family when she passes away. It's called the legacy program only for ambassadors because she has 20 people who are earning 11%. So again, she will now, when she passes away, her family gets that business and continued income. So there's many, many more perks. You can see them all in your compensation plan and leadership guide and lineage guide, or watch the Money Monday on my YouTube channel to see everything on the table. But it begins with 4 or 8 or 10. If you are a leader, build a whole new team. I bet you all are ready for that anyway. Start with 10, because when you do 10, you'll be able to tell someone else to do 10 to go to Hawaii with you. If you don't do 10,
Hawaii trip, that was another thing, Jackie. We had amazing trips.
right?
We went to Hawaii how many times? 10 times? 12
Right.
times? Yeah, I mean,
Right.
so I'm
So-
gonna blame some of that, in the last
This
year.
is the training to that, right, Vickie?
Right,
So
the
again,
Hawaii trip was
yes, you
huge.
sell, but 1 in every 2 hostesses join the business. 1 in every 2 facials are joining the business today. So again, see the people, invite them to choose the bank. And this is an economy where banks matter. So I want to say from all of us to Vickie Hacking, thank you for being our model, our mentor, and our ambassador. But we need more ladies in gold and gentlemen in gold, right, Vickie?
Yep.
And we'll start with red first. And the Dream Factory has so many opportunities to begin anew to help others to have their dreams too. Vickie Hacking, thank you for sharing candidly with us today. We so value and appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Join us on Saturdays.
Yes,
Well,
Saturdays and this Saturday.
afterwards, we have fun talking too.
Yes, every Saturday is open on her Zoom. Thank you, everybody. This ends this segment.